everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a requested video. Someone really kindly left a comment saying that they would love to see how I organise my notes and my folders. This one is more of a folder organisation than anything, but I do mention how I do my notes and take my notes. So if you guys want to see a separate video, this video is more of a folder organisation than anything, but if you guys do want to see how I organise my notes, then please just let me know down below and I will do that video. I'm very happy to do it, although I do talk about my notes in this one, so it's up to you guys. Yeah, let's just get into the video, I guess, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Just imagine we woke up in paradise, don't need magic.
Hey everyone, like I said in my introduction to this video, I'm going to do some filing for third year. So I have a system of having folders. It's what I prefer over not having them and keeping them in other stuff or keeping them in notebooks and stuff. I'm someone that loves organisation, especially for school and university. I tend to have one big lever arch file per semester. Use dividers. These folders are anywhere with me unless it's deadline day or week. I just use paper dividers in them because they last, just because I'm not really opening and closing it that much really. But then I do have plastic dividers for my day folder or folders, which I will show you. I will organise that one together in a minute, but first I'm going to organise these. So I'm not quite sure what way around I'm going to do them yet, but my system is a file for lectures, so a tab for lectures, a tab for seminars, a tab for research. So I use about 3 tabs per module. This semester I have 3 modules and my dissertation module, but my dissertation is a totally different folder, which I'll do after these ones, and then I'll write on them like I normally do and stuff. So we'll use this one for semester 2, so we'll put that one to the side, and I'm going to use this one for semester 1. Oh dear, there we go. I know I'm a little bit like early into this, but I really wanted to get these done and my video filmed. So I'm just going to take a Crayola here, and all I'm going to do is write on it lecture notes. So I have my weekly goals tab, which is from Zoella's beauty range last year, and this is my timetable. This is all I have, but the notes say that I have entrepreneurship, strategy for business with simulation, and my dissertation. That isn't enough. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there is another one, but I don't know what it's called yet. I don't know whether it's crisis management or disaster. Is it crisis and disaster? I think that's what they're called. Crisis management or disaster management. I don't know what one it is. I'm going to leave this first one blank with what title, like what module it is. This next one I'm going to do is entrepreneurship. I don't know if I'm going to go back and get one of these for every module I have. So depending upon the module and the module leader, we get quite big module handbooks. Now, module handbooks at the University of Lincoln are basically your specification for a subject or a module, and sometimes they can be quite thick. So I've got this. Now I like to have them either at the beginning of my divider or in the lecture part at the beginning. So that's going to go at the front. So we've got that. That was from Wilco, by the way. I organised myself paper wise. I like a notebook, a spiral bound A4 notebook for each module. It's just the way I like to do it. Obviously you don't have to do it like that, but like I said, it's just the way I like to do it. So for now, this one is all done. So now on to these folders. So I don't know if I'm going to, I think I'm going to use one for my dissertation stuff if I'm like going to the library and stuff and I don't really want to take the big folder, and then one for my seminar work. So I think I'm going to have this one for dissertation, no, this one for dissertation, this one for seminars. So seminar prep. These are ring binders. So I have these. And I'm gonna put this pink one in here. So this is similar to this one that I showed you from Wilco. This was actually from the works, my friend Reese gave me it. And you can put your documents in it just like the other one. So if I get any handouts that require a hole punch or a plastic wallet to put them in, then I'll just put them in here until I get back. This is going to cater for all of my seminar work and, to be honest, any lecture handouts. So I'm going to put that in the front. Again, I might take my module handouts in them because for the first week sometimes lecturers like us to have them out or make sure that we've got them printed and stuff, so I have that. And I have the matching dividers. Yeah. So I'm going to put these in here. And I'll just have one for each module, I think will be the easiest way to do it. And then I have two spare, which is fine. So, and this one, my day folders or my week folders, and my big folder for semester one, all done. Oh, the only other thing I'm going to add in here is this pad of paper. Don't know if I'm going to be using this pad of paper for seminars yet or what. I probably will, to be fair, this year. So I'm just going to add that in at the back. This is my folder from year 2 of business studies. This holds, I believe, every single module other than one. This is a lever arch file. I got this one from Tesco. It's actually a Pucker pad branded one, or a Pucker branded one. But it came in a big set that Tesco do every year. I know they did it this year because I saw them, but I didn't need any of them this year because I'd already gone and bought all my stationery, which was so annoying because Tesco did the best deals this year. So yeah, all my modules. Normally I have 2 of these, so I'll have one for semester A, which is September through to December, and then I have one for semester B, which is January to April or January to May. It just depends what your course is like. So this one actually houses both semester A and B. That is mainly because I didn't have another folder to put them in, and I haven't gone and got another one yet. I think I might have a spare one left over from this year instead, so I'm gonna file it all properly another time. But for this video, this is still okay because it's still the system I use. If we open it up, this is the first bit. So this is my finance, lecture notes, seminar work and class work. I changed the last one dependent on my assignment for it. So if it's an essay, I'll write essay. If it's an assignment, I'll write assignment. If it's both, I tend to just put research, because obviously you need to do research for these things. So it just depends on what the assignments are. So we'll get into it. The first thing I have at the front of every single module without fail, there is always one of these for my course, is the module handbook. So normally I have my module handbook and then the lectures. However, my lectures are one of the things that aren't in this folder, they're actually at home. Then I have seminar slides, seminar notes and questions and exercises. So here are my seminar questions that we had. In some of them I do have my workings out and stuff. I run a system with notes, but I'm going to show you in a different set of notes because it's not great with finance ones because it's maths. Okay, on to the next one. This is project management. Again, same structure, so we have lecture slides, lecture notes and then activities and exercises if we have them. So I print them off like this, so I print them off on PowerPoint with 3 slides double paged, and the way I work notes wise is I write up the lecture notes before the lecture. Most of the time my lecturers put them on before, even if it's like the night before. I then write them up, and then when I go to class I take a printed version of the PowerPoint, and at the side I'll write on any notes extra that the lecturers say. Some lecturers read straight off the PowerPoint, so there's no point. Other lecturers don't, and they add stuff to what their point is on the PowerPoint, and that's when I'll write it down. So that's just how I work. I know that's a bit excessive, but it's how it works best for me and for me to remember it. Everybody learns differently at the end of the day. So here are all of the lecture slides, and then here are all of my lecture notes. Now sometimes I put the lecture notes behind the PowerPoint that corresponds with it. For this particular one I didn't, I just did it after. So here are all my notes. As you can see, they're not too colourful. I tend to just colour the highlight the headings. And now we're on to seminar. So I didn't have any activities or questions at the end of that module. It's fine. So the same thing with seminar stuff, to be honest, just have the slides. Then we have to read a lot of journal articles or newspaper articles and stuff, so I add those in at the appropriate times. And now we're on to the next module. So this, as you can see, this is what works best for me, and because at my university and in my course we do split between lectures and seminars for each module, it works the best. So again, you've got human resource management, so we have all the lecture slides. See, look here, you can tell where I've wrote, I'll bring it closer. So here I've wrote what the lecturer said. This one worked a little bit differently. I found very quickly on that this lecturer didn't really speak much about what was on the PowerPoint, and so what I did was I don't think I did it for lecture 1 just because I wasn't there, but for lecture 2, anything that was in black, let's just change the angle of this for you guys. Anything that's in black, I'm really sorry about the lighting, is what the lecturer said. Anything in blue is what was on the PowerPoint, so I did it that way instead, which worked out pretty okay. I did end up having to rewrite my notes though because of it, but you know, it's alright. So I haven't bothered putting these ones in plastic wallets this time. As you saw with the last couple of modules, they were in plastic wallets. It just depends what paper I've used, because some paper doesn't have holes in, some of it does, and I'm not someone that likes to hole punch because it never ends up straight and it just stresses me out. Oh, and red, if you see any red writing, so here is a big block of red. The big block of red is examples. Anything red or orange, it tends to be orange highlighted or in red pen, is examples. And then again, we've got seminar, so I actually only have one task in here because not all of my seminar work is in here, I don't think. Well, it can't be, because I know I went to a lot of them seminars and there was a lot of handouts and they're not in here. So they're probably in a notebook under the bed. Now we've got research methods, and as you can tell, this one is empty. We didn't really do a lot in research methods like this, and again it's filed away because I'm using it for my dissertation, so it's not actually in here at the minute because I'm using some of it to redo my proposal. Fun times being a third year. Then I have careers, so again, module handbook. We've got this like little application thing and some notes. To be honest, a lot of my careers notes stayed in this little plastic wallet, and the reason for that is it was very confusing. Could never find the PowerPoints to rewrite my lectures, and the lecturer was too quick. So I just scribbled down what I could and what I felt I needed to, and I've not actually filed it away properly because I no longer need it. And then the seminar, to be honest, oh my god, this piece of paper has got like a massive thing out of it. We didn't really do that much in the seminars that I needed to write down, so there's literally nothing there. We're back onto finance. I think the finance in the beginning bit was actually from first year, because now I have finance here. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, this should actually say budgeting for business, and it says finance for business. But this is my finance module. So again, module handbook. This lecturer was really good, and he gave us a module study guide as well, so everything we needed to know we had to make sure we knew it from this one study guide, which was really good. So I've got lecture notes, so there was a lot for this because it was very intense, and it was maths, which is always fun. And then what I've done is I've got lecture 2 and all of my lecture notes. And then I have the corresponding exercise that we did in the lecture straight after it. So that's how I did this module, because they had to go together so that I knew what was what. And he was really helpful, like he printed the sheets off and stuff. Like a lot of lecturers don't print off sheets for us and stuff like that. So this was all of the work we would do in lectures. To be honest, he used to have massive PowerPoints that were hundreds of pages long, because he used to use them from week 1 to week 6, and so we ended up asking him if he could cut them down and put them into weeks instead. So what looks like small PowerPoints was actually one big one, and a lot of the time I would do the PowerPoint before I went, and some of the PowerPoints took me weeks to actually do because of how long they were. But yeah, it's just the same method all the way through. And then we'll be coming to the end soon of this module, the lectures. And then we have the seminars and activities. So it's the same kind of principle, apart from we just had seminar questions. So we'd go away, do the seminar questions, and then come back. So there is a lot of writing. Ooh. An awful lot of maths. So these are all the weeks that we did. And then revision for my exam was the last bit, and what I basically did was reprint out all of the lecture and seminar questions that we did, and I answered them all. And then notes and exercises from the book. I didn't actually do that many, I literally did like 2 pages and ended up going to it. This one's operations management. Again, these are all of my lecture slides. As you can tell, for this lecture I didn't actually print off the lecture slides, and that was because I quickly learned that the lecturers for this one actually spoke off the PowerPoint, so I didn't need to print them. So these are just all the different weeks. This one is extremely colourful compared to the other one. I don't think you can really see it that well on camera, but there's a lot of different diagrams and examples and methods that we learn. And like I said, I work best highlighting the different parts, so that's what I did. And I do advantages and disadvantages in green and red because it makes sense to do it like that, like for me. So yeah, we'll skip through the rest of these because there is a lot. And then we come to the seminar notes. Like the other ones, not all of the seminar notes are in here, but the majority are. We did a quiz. I didn't do too well on it, but it was fine. And then the last one is economics, which was a pain. This was actually international economics. So I have my module handbook as per at the front. This sticky note is actually the question that I answered for my assignment. So I just had it at the front so I didn't have to keep looking for it. There's only one thing behind here because then it goes on to my lecture notes. So printed them off. Here are my economics lecture notes. I wanted to keep my economics ones as similar to my first year economic ones as possible. So I just have all the different lectures and then my notes. Some of the notes this one are missing. There's not as many as there should be, and that's because they're in a little folder back at my house. Because of my assignment, I just took the relevant ones that I needed for that particular assignment. So there's not as many as there should be. And then we have seminar questions. So again, I printed out the seminars. Wrote a fair bit, but again, some of the seminar work is missing because I used it for my assignment, and so it's in a totally different like file. And then some assignment work for my essay is in here too. So I did a lot of notes. I am a very big note taker. I love taking down notes. I just find it's the easiest for me personally. And it puts it in my head. Quite a few weeks of like different lectures and seminars, I start to put everything into the big files. I'm going to show you what my folders look like at the minute along with my notebooks, because I feel like it's relevant for you guys to now see what they look like. So this semester I have 3 modules and my dissertation. So these are my notebooks for that. And then I have this folder which goes along with them, which is my day folder as such. And then this one is my dissertation folder for now, because it's literally just the starting point. So let me just quickly talk through my notebooks. I'm someone that works very well off of spiral bound notebooks and the system that I have. I've done this system since first year and I've not changed it at all. Like I said, I'm someone that likes to write notes, so writing lecture notes for me is absolutely fine. I honestly don't mind doing it. So I like to have a notebook for each module. I think it just makes it a lot clearer. At some point I will empty these out and put them into the corresponding folder, but for now I just keep them in here. I basically keep them in here until I feel the need that I need to use them for assignments. So they can stay in here for a couple of weeks, to be honest, and then I'll start taking them out because I want to take individual lecture slide notes with me or so on and so forth, and that's how I find it the easiest. So there is only one lecture in any of these, and to be honest you can't really even see it because of how far away you are. My system still stands that I am someone who works off black or blue ink, but red and orange are my examples. So if you ever see red or orange, I don't think there's either colour in this one, it's in another one. But if you ever see red or orange, it's because I've got examples. So I think it's this one that there's orange in. So this one is actually a project book. Now I am taking 2 modules that correspond together, but I have one this semester and one next semester. So what I've done is taken out the project dividers and just narrowed it down to 2. So I'll use half of the book this semester and half of this book next semester, because I know I'm not going to get through all of it. So really annoyingly that just came undone. This is for a module called crisis management. Although this is red, it's not actually an example. I've decided to go with orange as a standpoint, but this just has like blue for this one is basically, so there's, I'll show you, black is the main pen that colour I used for this module, but any blue that you see, any blue that is seen is what I added in the lecture because I didn't get a chance to print the lecture slides off for this one. So that's the system I had to go with. It won't be the same every week. So here you go, here's some orange. Some recent examples, and then there's my orange lines. So that's what I like to do. You'll notice that a lot of my headings are highlighted. I just find that it's easier to highlight my subheadings. So that's what I do. So this is actually 2 lecture slides that we did and not one. There are other bits of blue that I've put in before. These are some really squiggly notes. So my handwriting looks quite alright until we get in the lecture, and then it changes about 4,000 times. So yeah, I'll quickly show you. It's literally exactly the same principle as the other 2. It just has orange and stuff in it. So they're my notes. I actually have to go and do some notes. These folders are what I keep everything else in. So we open it up. You guys would have seen that we organised this already pre doing any lectures or seminars. I actually haven't had any seminars yet. So what I've decided to do is just put a divider for each module. So the first module is entrepreneurship, and like the big folder, the first thing that I see is the module handbook for this. Then I have some lecture slides. So when I put this into the big folder, my lecture notes will either be with these lecture slides, like behind it or in front, or they'll be just after all of the lecture slides. So it just depends what I'm feeling like, or how I'm feeling like organising them. So I have like the next 4 weeks worth of lecture slides, or 5 weeks actually. And then these notes here are what I've taken from the textbook. So I read the first chapter of the textbook and wrote down some notes, because I've never done entrepreneurship before. Then we have strategy for business. I actually need to like switch some of these around because I don't have this one till a Friday, whereas I have entrepreneurship on a Monday, so I want to put crisis management in between the 2 of them. But this one's my strategy. So again, I've got the module handbook, have this little like textbook thing that was on there, so I printed it, some lecture slides, and then a chapter of a book. So I also printed that, and then another set of lecture slides which have come undone. These are all empty because, like I said, I haven't printed out the crisis management PowerPoint slides. That's why they're not in here, and I haven't printed off the module handbook for that one either. So again, that's why it's not in here. And then at the back I keep a pad of paper. This is mainly because if I go to the library for any reason, I have spare paper, because I don't like using my notebooks for the library or textbook work. I like to use different paper for that. And B, I had a spare pad, so I thought if I just put it in there, if ever I need it or anybody else needs it, it's there. So for now, that's how they're looking. I'll quickly show you the dissertation one, but again, there's not much in there because it is only week 1. So then this section I've left blank for now because this is the one that I want to put my dissertation proposal ideas in. I haven't got my supervisor just yet, but I should be getting it this weekend, so I have to print off my dissertation proposal for them, so I will keep it in here. Then this section is my research for one part of my dissertation. Again, it's just from a textbook like what the other bits were, and it's just quite handy notes actually. Then I have some notes from a documentary I watched. I have another set of notes that I've started from another book. And then the rest of them are blank because I actually haven't done much more research than that until I go and see my supervisor even. So then I also have another pad of paper in here as well. I don't have a specific notebook for my dissertation just because it was a last minute addition to the timetable, so I didn't know I was having it. And to be honest, what we learn, we can't really be taught what to write as such. It's more just like the ethics of like the questionnaires that we have to do and stuff. So I've just got a pen and paper in here for when I have my dissertation lectures. So that is everything. Hey everyone, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I actually quite enjoyed filming this one. I'm not actually in my bedroom, but my end file for this video actually corrupted, which is super annoying, but that's okay because it was just the end clip. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Get to comment down below any university or non-university related videos that you guys want to see. And I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully I'm going to start sticking to a schedule of uploading on a certain day. I don't know when the vlogs are going to come, I'm just not happy with them, but I think my next video may be like a life update, just to tell you guys like where I'm at and stuff, and why I haven't uploaded any vlogs like I said I wanted to, because I've just not found my feet with it all, and I'm just not comfortable. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. We're really close now to 50 subscribers, so yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.